I've had quite a few people ask me how I zoom in and out and animate my tutorials, how I add a little extra motion in my video portraits and travel films, and so I thought I would lay it out there and go over a plugin that I use every single time I edit in Final Cut Pro. It's called Pro Zooms from my good buddy Dylan Bates, the Final Cut Bro, and it's simple to use, yet it has so many parameters to give you the best effect. So we have this sequence here, and it looks nice, but it would help to add a little bit of extra motion to help the shot look more professional. So usually what someone might do if they don't have the Pro Zooms plugin is go to the crop tool, head over to the Ken Burns effect. They'd place the start and end point, which I find to be not as intuitive. Sometimes you press and you actually select the end when you mean to select the start point. So that is one reason why this is not the best option. But you'll see once we press done and we go through that it's affecting this image in an incorrect way. And not only that, but the motion is not added to the rest of this sequence. For example, this frame is not being zoomed into, so we're losing the exact position that it should be in. And the same with our background. So watch how much easier this is. Just drag Pro Burns over this sequence. We'll go to the end and trim this off by pressing Option and right bracket. And although the default setting zooms in a little too much in this instance, it's as easy as just adjusting this square and pulling out to have less of a zoom in, or really cranking this in to have more of a zoom in throughout the shot. But obviously this is too much. We just want a small push in. So you'll notice now that we have this very slight push in to all of the shot, the background, as well as the frame and our picture. Now you might be thinking, that's all good and nice, but what if I don't want this constant zoom in? What if I want just a quick zoom in to part of the shot? Well, that's what the pan and zoom, the Pro Zoom option is for. So you just drag this over top. Wherever you want the zoom to start, we'll trim off the end by pressing Option and right bracket. And you'll see now when we play this out, that we have this zoom in to wherever we want. And then of course, you can just move this around to wherever you want to zoom in. So if we want to zoom in just to a specific section of the shot, we make that adjustment, and you'll see that now it has this smooth zoom in to that location that we wanted. And then at the very end of that preset, it will zoom back out to the original position. That was a very basic example of what the plugin can do, but just by opening up your inspector window, you'll see you have a huge list of options here to customize that added motion and zoom. So like we learned, you can adjust the on-screen controls to position where you want that zoom to happen. So let's say we want to zoom in on this Sigma logo here. So playing this back, we have that smooth zoom. If you wanted to adjust the speed of that zoom, so how fast the plugin zooms in, you can then go ahead and swing that parameter to the left and you have a quick zoom, or you could swing it to the right and then you have a nice, slow, gradual zoom in to whatever you want in your shot. Dylan added a lot of great features, the ability to rotate the shot, so as it zooms in, it also rotates. You of course have the ability to change the ease in and out motion. Something really cool that was added is called onion skin. And when you toggle this on, it's going to look like you have a clip over top of your zoomed in clip that's kind of see-through. Essentially, this makes it so you can line up whatever you want to zoom into on your shot, so that when it does zoom in, when we toggle this off, you'll see that it zooms in perfectly to that logo, exactly where it was when it started before the zoom. And because we are zooming into part of the shot, it does help to add a little bit of sharpening. So as this zooms in, the sharpening feature will be applied. And of course, there are tons of parameters to help you dial in how much sharpening you would like, but this is an incredibly useful feature. What's nice is if you want to pan from this zoomed in position, you can just use the pan preset and drag it over your timeline here. Put it wherever you want to start the pan. I'll just trim this off. And let's say we just wanted to zoom out a little bit. We'll adjust this circle and perhaps center the lens. So now when we play this out, we have the zoom into the logo and then the zoom back out to the lens. And once these presets finish up, it zooms back out to the original position. Dylan also thought ahead for those who mainly create vertical content by creating these presets that do the same thing that we just went over, but for vertical footage. Another great thing about the plugin is the presets also come as effects that you can find in your effects browser. And why this is useful is because if you have, say, a transition in between your clips and you use the standard Pro Zoom or Pro Burns title of your footage, because these titles affect everything underneath them, they also affect the transition. You'll see we're zoomed in here, and as I scroll over, it then zooms back out. So this really comes in handy for instances like this. You could just select the clip, double-click to apply either the Pro Burns or Pro Zoom effect, whichever one you like. You could make the adjustments, so let's say we want to have that constant zoom in. So now, because this slow zoom in is applied as an effect, it doesn't affect that transition negatively. I asked Dylan for a discount, and this is how the conversation went. Dylan, my subscribers better get a discount on this plugin or I'm gonna cut your hair. It's too damn long. This isn't the 70s.
Please, don't touch my hair. I'll do whatever you want.
So a discount code and link will be in the description, and I hope you have a lovely rest of your day, because you deserve it. Except you, Dylan Bates.